Welcome back. It has been quite some time, but this is Brindlewood Bay, Golden Grifters, episode 21, as we enter into our finale. It has been, again, it's quite some time. I'm not even going to ask if our mavens remember anything. If they happen to have watched the last episode. I only just caught part of it a few minutes ago. But yeah, we're just going to go right into some cozy vignettes as the credit crawl goes and the theme song plays. And I would like to know what or how we see the mavens today during the credit crawl. And don't forget about your particular crowns that may have an effect on what that looks like.
Quick question, because I don't remember exactly. Is it fall, autumn time? I feel like that's where we were at before, so I'm assuming it's still somewhere like fall creeping in towards winter.
Fall creeping in, like, let's make it fall creeping in towards winter because, I mean, like, at least with Mucky Point, even though it was like, you guys were doused in the water, it was probably still got that, like, New England nip in the air, but yet,
Mhm.
like, not so cold that, like, guys are gonna die of hypothermia. Um, so, yeah, like, maybe,
Okay.
like, as you enter into this this cold season, or it is that edge. It's that edge you feel in the air.
Okay. So it's going to be, I'm gonna say sort of like maybe like early morning, not early morning, but maybe like 10-ish. You can tell people are moving about and things. And it will be sort of like this scene of it's kind of looking over the city and it's got the little, theme song playing. And then it's going to zoom in sort of down onto one of the sort of offside streets, to Mazi with like a slightly heavier coat on, maybe a little hat that, Cy has knitted her at some point. And she has her hand tucked in her closet. She looks gruff as she like marches down the street and then is going to kind of turn into the mechanic shop. And the thing that you notice is that as she's kind of turning the corner, her shadow actually separates off and stays. As it kind of the camera like pans down, her shadow stays as she kind of goes into the shop, and then it'll do like one of those little, like, you could tell it's sort of like a time thing where it's been 20-30 minutes or whatever, but it's like 2 minutes in the cutscene. And then she's gonna come back out and like walk over to Mazi and just start looking at it point by point, just thoroughly inspecting Jojo, checking it over. Open up, like, look at the interior, check the mileage, just point end to end inspection, before turning to like the mechanic person, signing the paper, and then like getting in and peeling out. I have Jojo back. Yeah.
From there, we go to Pearl, um, who's in her kitchen, as we usually see her, in a nice, cozy cardigan, uh, sipping a cup of tea and flipping through cards in a recipe box. And she looks not as relaxed and happy as she usually does when she's baking. She looks like something's on her mind, definitely. Pulls out a couple of different recipe cards, kind of weighing up the difference between them. What do I feel like? Sets out a card on the table and starts pulling canisters of flour and sugar and such off the shelves. Throughout all this, there's a clock on the kitchen wall that we haven't really paid a lot of attention to before. It's always been there. But for some reason today, the tick is louder, insistent, noticeable through the whole otherwise fairly cozy scene. And the tick is shifting to a heartbeat. And then as she's settling in to start cooking, it starts slowing down.
All right. Cut to Cy. Cy is also at home, and for the first time, we see um, the camera sort of looks over Cy's shoulder, and what she's looking at in her bedroom is an old jewelry box. And she seems to be just kind of going through the jewelry in it, touching each individual piece. And the jewelry box is old. And she seems to have a faraway look in her face. And she sets down the jewelry box and turns away from it to pick up caviar. And in one of the brooches that has a sapphire, you can see it reflects unusually for a moment, and then it blinks like an eye. And then she turns back and it's done, and she doesn't see it. But she's got caviar in one hand. She picks up the antique jewelry box with another, closes it, picks it up, and then takes it to a grand painting that's in her hallway. And she actually pulls the painting away from the wall, and it's on a hinge like this. And behind it is a safe. And she puts down caviar and opens the safe and puts the jewelry box inside and closes it and replaces the painting and takes a deep sigh.
Amazing. So, before we get into our finale in earnest, I invite you mavens, you grifters, to be able to do some cozy moves with each other to release some of those conditions that you have, and also, have any scenes that you would like to kind of round this out before we get into a deep dive. And I will say, disclaimer on the video, this is not per the book. So this will not be like any other Void conspiracy that has been done because, one, I didn't plan that far ahead when I put together the campaign. And also because I was not looking necessarily for any specific uh, not mastermind, different game, but any particular entity at the end of this thing. So again, it'll be run slightly differently. So it's like if you're watching this and like you're thinking to learn about Brindlewood Bay, it's like this is an approach, but not necessarily by the book. Just want to disclaim that right now. Okay. All right. So commencing. Remember, if you are going to use one of your cozy moves, you need to have that in play, like somebody's activity, cozy activity in play, and whomsoever's cozy activity it is will be able to either stumble on a clue, which you can kind of bank for later, that's fine, or there is another advantage to this. I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about the other game. This is terrible. Intimate movement. Okay. Each clear an appropriate condition. That's it. So clear an appropriate condition, and then the person whose cozy activity it is can also stumble upon a clue relevant to the thing that's coming up. But again, that would be a TBD until you know more about what's going on. So, and I will say, there are some moves like at the very beginning of the day that I imagine that we're supposed to resolve as well. Dale Cooper, I think.
The spooky dream one.
Spooky dream one. Yes.
Give us a spooky dream. Because that never ends poorly.
Never. Absolutely not.
No. Are you doing that before or after we do our moves or our cozy moves, Mads?
I like the idea of it being done now.
Okay.
So after the cozy vignettes, then like this could be the little dream sequence that enters in before the cozy moves. So yeah.
Okay.
Do you have one? Do you have one ready, Pearl? You're on mute.
Yeah,
Definitely
starting strong.
I'm just getting it out of the way early.
Sure.
Taking the pressure off.
Yep. Now we can all relax. It's been done.
Yes.
But no, I don't have any particular thoughts on a spooky dream, so you can give me whatever
Okay.
seems appropriate to the circumstances.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Oh boy. You may regret that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know. So you're baking, and lemon poppy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Good
love
stuff.
that. Love that stuff. Oh my gosh. I think as you are cleaning up, as it bakes, and like you get this such a beautiful smell, like the richness of it, like it's like succulent and tart, but also very sweet. Um, you're cleaning up, and then like you see somehow like you spilled some of the poppy seeds, and you notice as the smell like just permeates into your nostrils, and you're cleaning up the poppy seeds, and you don't even know how they got spilled, because I mean they were in their container. You used your little scoop and it should be no problem. No, but they're scattered, and as you try to collect them and then put them into the bin, they just seem to run away from you, and then they get larger and larger, and then you see them stick to your hands, and then you notice that they're not coming off, no matter how many times that you try to rub. And they just seem to consume you, where the poppy seeds are just encrusting themselves on your body, and then you fall into your own darkness of this encrusting. And somehow you're inside the darkness, but you still smell that sweet, succulent smell of your baking. But then it changes. Underneath the cloying citrus smell, there is a distinct sweetness of rot, a little bit of decay. And then you realize it's like it smells like something that is dead. And you hear, murder. It's always about murder. And it was not going to stop. It is just the beginning of all the sacrifice needed to open up the doors. You don't recognize the voice as it speaks, and you can only hear. You cannot see. You can smell. And it just gets more fragrant. It changes. It smells like spices. Again, with that underlying smell of rotten decay. And then you feel like a cracking, as if something is breaking open. And you hear it as well. And you see light shining all so bright that you can't even keep your eyes on it. You turn away, but it's behind your eyelids, so that it gets harder and harder to try and shut it out. And then you realize that you start to smell a slight burning, and your timer has been going off for your baking.
Right, muffins. Oh boy.
I leave it up to you if you think that they've singed a little or if they're burnt.
I think they're burnt.
Mazi's level of cooking. They're probably still tasty though.
This
Probably
is
still
the
better than
biggest
anything
tragedy of
she's
all.
made.
But how long? But how long has it been, Pearl, since you've burned something like this?
I just don't. I pay attention.
You pay attention to the details.
Yeah.
Actually, before you guys get to your cozy moves, I have a question. Tell me, each of you, tell me the incident that made you each retire from your criminal activity. Mazi, why did you stop getaway driving? Pearl, why did you stop grifting? And Cy, why did you stop burgling places?
Burglarizing?
Burgling?
Burgling?
Burgling. Yeah.
Burgle?
Burl.
Why'd you stop robbing?
Why'd you stop hitting places up?
Yeah, serious.
Why'd you stop shaking them down?
Or like, doing like, as the thief can't goes, it's like, doing the lifting lay or the rooftop work, you know what I'm saying? So
This is an easy one for me. I wrote it into my character's backstory. Her
Okay.
husband got pinned and betrayed her, fingered her so that he could avoid jail time. Rolled over on her.
Dirty bastard. I'm gonna say that Mozzie's cool with stealing. Mozzie's cool with roughing people up. She draws the line at murder. And at one point, somebody definitely. It wasn't confirmed that it was a body in the bag that was being put in the trunk, but she's not stupid. And that was like, all right, this group has gone too far. I'm not going to be driving for them anymore. And decided to kind of clear out of that group. And then it might have been around the same time that she was trying to reconnect with her friend as well, Jordan. So that might have been what kind of pushed her to reconnect with her old friend, and then from there found out everything.
Earl leaving the business was kind of a two-part thing. The final straw was Bob's death because it wasn't fun without him. And she was never really practiced in the one-person games. She could have done them, but her skill and experience required another player. But the thing that made her realize that she didn't want to do this forever was one of the last jobs that she pulled with Bob. It was not a real sophisticated one. It was just a version on the old Badger game. Woman hits on Mark, goes back to his place or her hotel room or whatever, and then, oh no, my husband is here. He's so angry, you're going to have to pay him off or something, And usually the guys that she picked up for this were kind of scuzzy. This sort of people you have an easy time pulling this on. But she realized, and this was not that long ago, so Pearl was no spring chicken herself, that their Mark wasn't a sleazeball. He was a lonely widower. He was just glad to have found somebody that he'd hit it off with. And he wasn't a bad guy. He carried through with the job, but it left a bad taste. And that was just kind of left her wondering how many times they'd stung people who maybe didn't deserve it. And then when she lost Bob, that was it. That she just didn't want to do it anymore. Mads, you're not showing as muted, but I think your mic may be off.
Testing.
There we go. Yes, hear you now.
Okay. All right. So you can commence with some cozy moves if you so choose, or scenes with each other, like anything that you want to review, especially after this last case. This last case was interesting because of the family element that people didn't know about, apparently.
Yeah.
So
Well, I definitely want a cozy move. Because I have 2 conditions at the moment.
yeah,
I might
sure.
want to get one
I have
of those.
sore ankle and is it blue-eyed unhappiness? Yeah. So yeah.
I'm up
Whichever
for
of
it.
you wants to come over and enjoy some baked goods.
Well, I mean, let me ask you guys this. It's like whose house does Mazi roar up in with JoJo?
So I was actually thinking, I'm assuming nearby, maybe not quite as far in whatever direction Mucky Point is. I feel like Mucky Point was north. Could be wrong. But I imagine somewhere nearby there are some like pretty good, like windy roads that kind of overlook, the ocean or whatever. And I imagine going up to one of those sort of lookout points and maybe having a scene with Walter.
Ooh,
Ooh.
love it.
Now that I got my car back and I got freedom.
Freedom. All right. Yeah.
Rental cars are bunk.
And you definitely do not want to be driven around by Pearl anymore.
I'm like, I'm in the back going, gas is on the right. Gas is on the right, Pearl. Come on.
Oh,
you don't want to be in her car when she parallel parks again either.
Oh God.
Just so many incremental adjustments.
I want to know what's the song or playlist that Mazi blasts as she takes these windy roads with uttermost freedom.
It's gonna be some Bob Seger, maybe a little bit of Styx, sprinkle in some ABBA, kind of a nice mix. She's not, I mean, she doesn't mind rock, but like me, she's kind of more into like good music, Like I love ABBA and Styx and Bob Seger, by the way.
Okay.
So
Fair.
blasting them. So I didn't know if you guys wanted to do your scene first or if you wanted me to do my scene first. All right,
Either
cool.
way.
Yeah, so I will drive on up to let's give it a fun name. We will call it this is Brindlewood Bay.
Gotta be an alliteration.
Huh?
I was saying it's gotta be an alliteration.
I was gonna call it something point or something lookout. A lofty lookout.
Leaky.
No, not leaky. That's terrible.
I like lofty lookout. That's
what
fun.
about the liminal lookout?
Ooh. Perfect. Oh, no,
like
you know what? No.
better.
It is, wait. It is the lofty,
Lofty lookout.
lofty lookout. But when you get up there, Mazi, somebody spray painted through it and has written in dripping letters liminal.
Yes. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of pull up into one of the spots. I mentioned it's one of those like it's a little pull off, and there's maybe like 2 little spots that are like roughly marked with like the big wood pieces. They're not really like anything fancy, but it's like here is a spot to park. And then it's a little walk down to the actual little lookout area.
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of chilly. Maybe it's a little gray, overcast, because we're coming up on winter.
Mhm.
I'm in Florida, so I have no idea what winter is like anywhere. But I'm gonna pretend it's like gray
Yes.
and chilly, sprinkly. I don't know. That's how I imagine winter from the
Wow.
land of sunshine.
Oh my.
So she kind of tucks in her shirt or in her jacket a little bit more, zips it up all the way up to the neck.
Mhm, mhm.
And then Walter will kind of materialize. I'll look over and be like, "So I finally got JoJo back. Everything looks fine, but
I can see that.
something is going on. I don't know where this city is going, but I wanted to retire to something nice and calm and quiet. And there's murders.
You picked the wrong place.
Well, you're not even from here.
I know, but I've been here long enough to know that this is the wrong place if you wanted to retire.
Yeah, she's telling me. I don't understand though, like why. It's just there's seedy and there's like interesting, and then there's seedy, and I do like the hand motion to like Brindlewood Bay, kind of like off in the distance, like, and then there's whatever the heck is going on there. And I don't know if somebody has it like out for us because somebody vandalized my car or what, but between Dalrymple not doing anything, my car being vandalized, that weird club Silencio, and that whole. Whoa. Was Walter there for any of that?
Don't remember. That's why I was asking
Yeah, I
in
was
the
gonna say I
beginning.
don't think he was.
No.
I
think he
assume
disappeared.
He was. He appeared at the club.
at the club. Okay.
At the club.
He was in the booth with us momentarily.
Ah,
Okay.
that's true. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, so he would at least know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
As I'm like just kind of like venting about like what is this nonsense.
Did you see the... I guess I forget that the living don't see things in time's funny. And he'll kind of like settle next to you. Like he looks like he puts his hands in his own pockets, but then like you don't see his legs, like like how it kind of like ombres down and like it disappears into nothing. But I mean, like he will he will say, keep forgetting sometimes that the living don't see things as all on the table all at once. Yeah. This is an explanation I think I've come to. So, you know how on a table that you can place something on it and you can place another thing on it, and you can draw a line from that point to the next, to that other point, to that other object. All right. Well, imagine seeing the table not from point A to point B, but being able to see all the objects on the table and all the different points that could possibly connect together appearing at the same time. Follow me so far?
Are you saying all the objects currently on the table or all the objects that have been ever placed on the table? Or am I thinking too much into this? I feel like I'm thinking too much into this.
No, you're right. It's both.
Okay.
It's both. So, when we were in that club, I was seeing some things that were there, but not at the time that you all were there. And what I saw were a bunch of people in hooded robes. Now, I know I haven't been around that long, at least for my living time on this earth, but usually people in hooded robes doesn't mean good anywhere.
Generally not.
No.
And you see, like, Mazi looks like she's like trying to think of an instance to kind of discount that. Like, oh, but wait, these people in robes, like monks. Monks wear robes. They're generally pleasant.
These weren't monks.
Not that kind of robes. Spas. People in robes at spas. So,
Spas?
yeah, like where you get your face done and your nails done and the massage and I don't know. I know it's not that kind of robe. I'm just trying to not. I don't want this to be a sad, depressing thing.
I think he will actually come closer to you and try to pat you on the shoulder.
Oh.
And while he's trying to pat you on the shoulder, I think you feel it almost like as if somebody has wrapped up ice
Mm.
in a cloth and
Just
then
like
is patting
gently
you with it.
caressing me.
Yeah, it's just like it just feels really cold where he's touching you, but he's trying to be comforting, and he's just you may or may not be looking at him, but he's looking at you, and he's just like, I know, it's really odd. I mean,
Can you tell from your visions? Well, I guess I have two questions. Do you see present and past, or can you see all across time?
I mean, things leave an impression, right? I mean, certain things will be stronger than others.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I see people here, but they're not really people anymore. They're like whispers in the past. There's maybe a smell or two, like a like a perfume, right?
Mm-hmm.
And out there, and he kind of like just kind of like kind of does this like this panoramic like wave across the lookout. Like, what do you see when you look out there? Look out on the water.
I see the waves. I see those two jet skis, which that second guy needs to be wearing a life jacket, just saying. I'm like pointing out a couple different things. And then I'm like, that's, just
He
people doing their thing.
he, uh, he sounds wistful when you say that, and he answers you and says, "Yeah, guess there was a lot of living I didn't get to do, huh?" But what I see some kind of ship out there that got wrecked on the beach. And there's something monstrous inside it that they brought back. And then I also see people coming from it, bringing something away. And then other people that are going further out to a reef that you can't see. And they are burying something or dropping things from it. So, yeah, I can see things that left an impression, and not all those impressions are good.
So as he's saying these as well, Mozzie's definitely to be kind of like squinting and looking, like just trying to see any indication that like this is like the wreck. Maybe there's pieces of it still on the beach, depending on things. It's just stuff like that, just looking like,
I mean, it is cloudy, it is overcast.
yeah.
And the rocks that are on the beach, like, maybe like they give the impression of like shifted because of something big crashed into them long
Mhm.
ago. But I mean, like you don't personally
I
see
don't see
anything right
anything.
now because it's like it's been sanded over, it's been eroded, gone back into the sea. But yeah, he's telling you these things, and yeah, just I guess I worry. I don't want you to feel as if you're that close to being like me. At least, not unless it was natural like.
Well, the way I drive, it's probably not going to be natural. Just kind of give him an over the side look, like, eh?
I mean, I
By
can't.
the way, did
I
we
can't-
ever determine how he died?
Can't remember exactly from
I-
the mystery. I don't think it was peaceful.
I don't remember if we ever even found out.
No. I'm pretty sure it was in Devilwood. Do you think it was
It
peaceful?
was in
Probably
Devilwood,
not.
but okay, yeah, then
Yeah, we never learned the details.
No.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to ask politely
Mhm.
if he wanted to share, be like kind of. So I know you said you didn't get to do as much living as you wanted to, but and I know we never really found out how you came to be how you are. I am curious if you're interested in sharing, only because it might give us clues to if you wanted to continue on, pass on. That sounds terrible, but continue on. Maybe there's a way we could help you.
And if you do look at him,
Oh yeah,
I
I would
think
look at him.
you see his balding pate, you see his like kind of like wrinkles around the eyes, but I mean it's a very attractive grin that he gives you. He says, "Oh, you're not trying to get rid of me that easy, are you?"
Oh no, I don't want to get rid of you, but I understand if you would want to go. I mean, motion to the mess that is Brindlewood Bay. Be like, I'm having a hard time dealing with just what I can see. I can't even imagine what I can't see.
I believe that there is always a reason for some things. And I believe there's a reason why I ended up here with you all. I don't think I can leave just yet.
Fair enough.
But
Then
I'll let you know. I mean, I thank you for asking, but I think I'll share when the time is right.
I think Mazio just kind of nod, like, yeah. Well, I guess wait for a little bit here, just quietly watching
Mhm.
them jet skiers. He needs to put his life jacket on, like just kind of watching people go about their business, mentally, quietly monologuing and talking about the people.
He'll actually come a little bit closer to you, just stand a little bit behind, but he'll whisper into your ear with a little laugh in his voice, and it's like, "You want to know something funny?"
What? Yes.
That jet skier falls off real quick. And just as he says it,
I'm gonna like look in closer to see if it's somebody I know. And I'm gonna assume it's not. It's probably just a tourist or something.
mhm, mhm.
And be like, oh, well, he had it coming. Should put on a life jacket.
And you hear him chuckle behind you. Meanwhile, Pearl, Cy, whose cozy activity is it?
It's Pearls.
Okay.
Do you smell the burning?
Yeah, no, when you come over, there will be a definite scorched smell in the air, which you have not encountered in my house before. Uh,
Hello,
hey,
darling.
come on in. Um, I was just gonna start a fresh batch of something.
Mm-hmm.
I It sounds stupid to be worked up about it. I burned my muffins.
Well, that's not like you at all.
I know. I guess I fell asleep while I was waiting for them to be done, and the timer must have been going off for a while before I finally woke up enough to hear it.
I don't think in all the time that we've known each other, ever, I don't think I've ever known you to burn something.
Yeah,
Are
I
you
just don't.
okay?
I'm not sure that I am. I had an awful dream just while I was sitting there at the kitchen table.
Hmm.
And I've been having these weird, disturbing dreams, and sometimes they seem to happen when I thought I was awake or just fell asleep for a moment. I don't know. It's anyway. I think I'm done with lemon poppy seed for the day, but I made some lemon glaze that I was going to put on top. I was thinking blueberry loaf with lemon glaze.
That sounds amazing. Whatever you make is amazing.
Maybe not blueberries. Remembering the the blueberry incident. Ah, hmm. Apricot. Apricot.
Yes,
I've got some good
apricot.
dried apricots. Here we go. That'll be nice.
That will be nice. You know, we've been through so much lately.
We have.
I know that I mean, we all have our pasts, right? But when we came to Brindlewood Bay, I don't know about you, but I assumed that my adventuring days were over.
Likewise. I thought this was a nice, calm, quiet place. Huh?
It's proven to be anything but, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That last one especially. I feel like we've dipped our toes into something that is much bigger. I you know, you keep having these dreams and I had something like a dream when we were in the photography studio. I you know, we're all getting older, and so sometimes the mind or the eyes play tricks on you.
Yeah.
But I swear I haven't adjusted my medications or anything. But when we were in the photography studio, it must have been it must have been a trick of the light or something, but I saw somebody there in the mirror. And it wasn't someone who was with us.
Mm-hmm.
And everything just feels so
Off?
cold. Mm,
Yeah.
blue. Uncomfortable. Maybe it's winter coming on. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know, but I know what you're talking about. And frankly, the idea that there's something awful going on that we're just starting to see isn't that much scarier than the thought that maybe I just can't trust my own mind.
Tell me about it. You know, at least we've got each other and Mazi
Yes.
and Walter,
Yes.
who, by the way, is a ghost.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
don't
I
believe I fully processed that.
yeah, I think I've stopped freaking out about that. I think mostly anyway. It's at least a benign sort of weird as far as I can tell.
Comparatively, for sure.
I mean, he's a perfectly pleasant person, so. But yeah, we have each other, and that makes all the difference.
An adequately amiable apparition. So, what did you say you were making?
It's gonna be an apricot loaf with a lemon glaze.
Apricot loaf with lemon glaze. You know, I we used to, when I was in Europe, there was an apricot orchard that I just fell in love with
Oh,
in Armenia, which is technically Asia Minor, but it was wonderful.
mm,
When it would blossom, amazing.
that sounds marvelous. I never got to Europe. We just tooled around the continent. We were here, there, yonder, all around the U.S. Popped into Canada a time or two, but
Oh, well, then
that
you've
was
been to
mostly
Europe.
just for fun.
Europe is just Canada, but with the people are ruder.
Ah,
Well,
yeah.
I can't wait to taste it. How can I help? What are we doing?
Well, if you could chop up the dried apricots there. Um, here's a cutting board and a knife, and just about raisin-sized pieces. Thank you.
Okay. Sai's gonna go and wash her hands and roll up her sleeves and get started.
All right, let's take a look at conditions. So, Pearl, which condition do you want to address?
I think this is blue-eyed unhappiness.
Okay.
I'm feeling a bit better being reminded that I'm not alone in this, that I've got good friends to rely on and work with.
Cool. All right. And then Cy? You
There
dress.
goes man in the mirror.
Cool. All right.
Boop.
And I
And,
got they messed with my car,
mhm.
but they didn't mess with my car anymore. I showed them.
So, do you want to have a scene with like Mazi with Pearl, so this way you two can commiserate over your remaining conditions, or do you want to do something else?
Um,
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't do my move, so I don't get to take it off.
yeah, we can have a move if you want to bring me over for some scrapbooking.
Sure, come on over.
I'll bring some apricot loaf.
Ooh.
I've gotten in the
So
habit of making 2 loaves of whatever when I'm making zucchini bread or whatever, and just because I know my friends.
we will definitely partake if it's available.
Absolutely.
And I've set one of the 2 loaves aside for Adamus. That's going to him later.
Perfect. So yeah, I'll say like as you I guess on my way back I can swing by and pick you up. Maybe I pick both of you up and drop Sai off at the yarn store. She's due for another reload.
Winter is coming.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Gotta stitch
Oh
us all
no.
things.
Oh no.
Or knit us all things. Yeah, so then head back to my place and wheelie out my cart that has like the various like scrapbooking stuff on it and kind of start laying it out on the table. And then maybe while you're getting situated, I'm gonna just say I grab some good old fashioned like cola. It's like the Sam's Club cola, from the fridge. I'm like,
Sure.
last time my lemonade wasn't so good. I put too much lemonade, not enough water. Time before that was the opposite. So I've given up making anything, and I'm like, soda. Can't go wrong. Just open and drink.
There we go.
And I'll just say, if you want to make something with like the Keurig, I have like one of those like single cup Keurigs. I imagine that's, when I need my coffee.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I think coffee is what I need today. I don't like dozing off. It
are you
didn't
still
used to
having
bother me, but
problems?
I had another dream today.
About what
So,
this time? I mean,
um, poppy seeds and being sort of buried alive in them, and a voice talking about murder and sacrifices and opening the door.
oh, that's all.
Jolly.
Wow. Creamer, half and half?
Ooh, half and half if you got it, yeah.
Just offer them over. Be like, that sounds awful. I mean,
Yeah. So, coffee.
were you? I know you said you had the dream today, though. I mean, it's only like, what is it, like 11 o'clock in the morning now?
Yeah.
And be
Yeah.
like,
I was sitting at my kitchen table waiting for my lemon poppy seed muffins to be done,
hmm,
and I burned them.
seriously? Like, just singed.
No, they were pretty far gone. Surprised the smoke alarm didn't go off.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's
I
okay.
should check the battery in that smoke alarm, come to think of it.
Yeah, I probably should
I'll have
if it didn't
Adamus
go
check
off.
the battery in the smoke alarm. He's a lot taller than I am. Uh,
Make a note. Got
yes.
it. Yell at my phone. Hey, Google. um. No, I'll be like, yeah. So you had the dream. It just seems like you've been like dozing off more.
Yeah.
Are you tired regularly? More
I
tired than
mean,
usual?
not really. Not that I've noticed, but I mean, I must be if I'm dozing off, right? I don't know. I don't know. I it's
Hmm.
just one of those things, I guess.
Right. I
If it
know we're
is.
I know we're all, having more problems, which means more medications, which means possibly more interactions and things.
We
But
haven't changed anything though.
right,
So,
I
maybe I
mean,
should. Maybe that's
that's
the
what I was gonna
thing. I don't
say.
know.
What if it's just your our bodies are getting older. I know I had to go through multiple types of like medications at one point because one would work and then one wouldn't work and then you know
Yeah.
so
Yeah, but given all the things that have been happening, not just in my head.
true. Yeah, this I had a lovely chat with Walter, and he was definitely filling in, not so much filling in, enlightening me on this town. And if we have a time, some free time or something before it gets too much into winter, we might want to take a trip out to the beach. He was saying that there's like, basically, he's saying he can see things that like we can't see. And he could see that there'd been like a shipwreck and there were people and there was like a dark creature and you know I don't know if we would be able to glean anything, but it might be worth taking a trip out and shuffling around. Maybe we'll get some, I don't know, premonitions or at least if you fall asleep, we'll get Cy and have Cy there as well.
Yeah, yeah,
We can
yeah.
guard you. I'll bring my axe, hammer, pickaxe thing.
And as long as we get down to beach level by conventional means and not the way I did it last time.
No, yeah, maybe don't jump off cliffs. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, no, I figure we could, if Cy's up for it, maybe we can make a day of it. Not today, because today
Yeah.
is ugly. But maybe in the next couple of days we could take a little trip out and poke around and see if, I don't know, our spooky vibes tingle or something. And I'm saying this, I'm like shuffling random papers. I don't look like I have any idea what I'm doing at the moment. I'm just kind of picking up random papers, looking at it, setting it back down, picking up another one. Like I don't have like a plan for whatever page I'm working on.
Yeah, I too have been just sort of shuffling through the papers and the stickers and things. I think I picked up a decorative hole punch and either making like lace snowflake kind of thing out of a piece of paper or just making confetti. I don't know.
Just keeping your hand
It's
busy.
just little bits of paper.
Yep. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. It's just like
Yeah.
randomly, like, nah, not feeling it.
So you've got JoJo back though.
Yeah,
That's...
yeah, they did a great job
Oh,
fixing her
good.
up, but yeah, I still Dalrymple hasn't brought back any information about who did it, no leads. So I don't know.
If we're waiting for Dalrymple to solve a crime,
Oh yeah, nothing's. He's got more pressing matters, I'm sure.
yeah.
You know, those donuts aren't going to eat themselves.
Yeah. Or, maybe another 3 people have been murdered and we just haven't found out about it yet.
Oh.
This town. It
Maybe-
seems so nice.
Maybe, I know, right? Brindlewood Bay. Cozy, quiet, not much happening.
Shows what we knew.
They need some better PR, some more truthful PR.
I don't think the Board of Tourism would appreciate truthful PR.
Right?
Come to Brindlewood Bay and get murdered.
Right. And I think as we're talking about that, I find one of the brochures from Brindlewood Bay and I'm like, take like a Sharpie and like scratching out stuff and like writing over it. Just like, come get, instead of like the nicest tea, I mark it out and I'm like, murdered. It's like, take a tour of the secret club where you might get murdered. Like everything's just like murdered. Yeah, and I'm just
Here, do you want some of the red glitter glue to decorate that brochure?
Ooh, yeah, that'll really add to it. Make it like dripping blood down the side. Yeah. So snazz it up and then kind of stick it on the page. Just like it's a white page with the brochure stuck to it that's been modified. Yeah, and I was telling Walter, the way I drive, that's likely the way I'll go. But at this rate, I feel like there's a few other ways that we might end up going in this town. And none of them seem particularly good.
Yeah. I mean,
I like that.
I figured eventually it would be my heart or something. But
well, could still be. But with somebody else's help.
Be. Yeah.
At this rate. What was the
Bullet
population
stop hearts?
before?
Curare stop hearts?
Do we know what the population was before the murder started? Because I feel like it's dwindling quickly. And our numbers
I'm just picturing them installing one of those number of days since last accident
0
on the Welcome to Brindlewood Bay sign.
It's an actual live update of population. It just keeps ticking down.
Once in a while it ticks up. Oh, somebody had a baby. Nice. And
a tourist is visiting.
Now it's down by 3,
Yep.
And either way, there's a little blinky subtitle that says "For the greater good." Never mind.
Oh
no.
Bum,
bum, bum, bum. Let's take a look at conditions.
Yes.
Mazi.
They messed with my car.
It's fixed.
She fixed.
She fixed.
Good.
Yeah, I think Pearl, like given enough time, it's like, you're obviously like trying to stay off your feet as much as possible. So, your sore ankle probably is iced up and good to go. Or at least,
It's not, at least not hindering
It's
you.
not bothering me on a regular basis.
Right. Exactly. The twinge now and then, but that's okay.
I told you not to step off the curb like that.
Yeah. And then I think Adamus like will text you, Pearl, and then like, say he's got a wonderful
Yeah.
surprise for you.
Oh boy. Okay.
Do I need to drop you at his place? Or is he coming to yours?
I can drive myself. Uh, I see
think
you
you
there
see
shaking
Mazi.
your head, Cy.
Yeah, and you see Mazi like biting her tongue, like she wants to say something, but resists.
Cy doesn't get privacy on dates, neither does Pearl.
Oh. Yeah, you know what? That's a very interesting thing. It's so true. Wow. Ooh, nosy friends. Um, I think
So was he proposing a location?
yes, he's saying like,
Okay.
to meet like, where you guys would normally meet for your Maven meetings, like for the, for the book club meetings. So like I guess in the loft part of the
The bookstore?
sorry, the bookstore, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, good. I'm due for a few more books, and I think I have an order that's going to be in soon. If it's not already in. Pick up
So.
Cy on the way.
This seems inevitable. Okay.
You guys are great.
I give great dating advice.
Oh, jeez.
Yep, death.
I mean, like, okay, so just for funsies, the scene in the car with all three of you. Pearl, you're letting them know.
You really have to be there for this? I
I
mean,
don't know what you're talking about. We have business there.
Yeah, I have a book
Uh-huh.
order that's in, and I heard that the Dooley ones, Dooley, shoot, I can't remember that second name. That lady who does the writing on the stuff, she's got a new one coming out soon. I think it's supposed to be out this week or next week, but I was going to put in a pre-order for it.
And I've got Mazi's pre-order. It's very important.
This I heard they got some new cookbooks coming in. We could preview the cookbooks for you, see if there's any that jump out.
Maybe they have some
I
books on
mean,
dating.
I could use those.
I do not need help dating.
I do.
Some people do. Some people do. I do not.
I'm
Hey,
sure
I
don't
got
know what
Walter.
you're talking about. No, I have follow-up questions.
What are those?
Are you dating the apparition? What is happening? What do you mean you've got Walter?
I got Walter. I hang out with Walter when you guys are, busy with your respective friends.
First of all, I am not busy.
I'm
need
not
to
busy.
have
Pearl is
words.
busy. Pearl is busy.
Okay, when Pearl's busy. What are you
Oh.
tied up?
Not I.
Pearl is damn near embarrassment proof, so
Yeah.
she's
Oh my God, we hear this like this.
not annoyance proof, but embarrassment proof.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I just feel like we just hear like this old lady giggling coming from this car.
Oh yeah.
all the way over.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
Like, no, I'm not dating Walter. I don't know, he's interesting. Not, he's good company. He's a good listener. Can't really
That's
go
good.
anywhere either, though, so it's kind of sucks. But, kind of stuck with my car, I guess. Is that like a hostage situation?
Depends on how he feels about it, I think.
He seems fine.
Well
I
then,
mean-
that doesn't sound like a hostage situation. Unless it's Stockholm syndrome. Anyway,
Well, this went to somewhere dark. Darker.
Darker.
Do you tell them about the strange thing he said when you offered to, help him with his past?
To help release him.
Oh, that he's got to be here. He thinks he needs to be here still, or
Yeah.
about the part where he doesn't want something bad to happen to us.
Both.
About the creepy shipwrecked ship with
Well, I
the
mentioned that to
monster.
Pearl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would mention it that like he seems to want to keep an eye out for us.
Definitely Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome. No, I offered to help him, like, move on or
Pass over or whatever. It's
yeah, whatever term folks use these days. And he said he wasn't ready and that he would basically let me know when he felt he'd completed and was ready. I don't know. Like I said,
Okay.
he's a good company. We chat. I took him up to the well, somebody spray painted over it. I took him up to Lofty Lookout
Mm-hmm.
and somebody had spray painted over it said Liminal Lookout, just FYI. Not unsettling at all.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. That's when by the way, Cy, because I mentioned this Pearl, he told me that he could see maybe like a shipwreck of some sort out on the beach with some sort of dark creature inside of it, run of the mill stuff
Normal.
for
Totally
the city.
normal.
If we
But
want to know about
Or a
shipwrecks,
ghost.
I mean, we can. I'm not going back to Monkey Point to the Lighthouse
oh
Museum,
no,
but
no, no.
good grief, no. But we do know people who know something about local history.
Yeah. But I was suggesting maybe in the next few days, if we have time, availability, all that, we could maybe take a trip over to the beach and see if there's anything else to see, ruins or whatever, a shipwreck. Could be a fun day trip. I'm not going at night.
Oh, no. No beaches at night. No beaches at night. And I'm bringing earplugs just in case.
I swiftly parallel park like a boss.
Showing me pointedly how it's done.
I actually
Perfectly.
somehow drift the car sideways.
Yes!
No.
Yes, no, I mean that I'm gonna say that is quite true. That is quite true. As
Quite
we
true.
see the tire just gently tap the curb.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
All right, we're here.
Yeah.
Let's go get my pre-orders and
Yes, the
look
two
for
of you
cookbooks.
go do whatever it is you're doing.
Not spying. Got it.
Absolutely not.
Not
Why would you even
creeping.
suggest such a thing?
Now
I
I'm
know
gonna
you.
Yeah.
I would never.
I'm offended.
Are you though?
Mhm.
No.
Go shuffling. Our three little old ladies shuffling into the bookstore.
So, Janet, I believe, who's the proprietor of the Candlelight Booksellers, Janet.
Pluck.
Yeah.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Sorry, because I didn't mention her very much, so it's kind of like, okay, I think that's her name. And anyway, she kind of comes out and meets you all, and I think she's seen him enough with you, Pearl, that she kind of just nods over to you and says, "Upstairs."
Thank you.
And maybe it's partially it's a room that has most of a wall there, but then there's a little partition or like a balcony that kind of overlooks the rest of the store. So that's kind of like the meeting area, but you guys use it regularly, so for your Maven meetings. And yeah, I mean, Adamus is up there, and it looks like he has he's just casually, but nice casual. And then he's just kind of looking at you a little shyly. He's got something behind his back. So, Pearl, it's wonderful to see you. And he'll come over
Yeah.
to you and he'll kind of like gently hold your arm as he leans in to give you a kiss. And I'm glad you were able to come.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
have your friends here, I see, because he's like looking over the balcony edge and like sees the two of you looking up at him.
Oh no, no, I am up on one of the nearby shelves, which I've decided is westerns that I've literally you guys don't know that I've ever read a western, and I'm like, yes, like pulling him out.
Somebody needs to teach you two how to fly casual. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm a driver. I usually wait in the car.
He just looks at you and then like we'll gather you in a little bit of a hug, and then like just say it's like, oh, they're fine, they're great wing women, I guess.
They are. They are. Even if sometimes a little too nosy for some people's good.
Well, I mean, can't blame them. You all sleuthing and going undercover and doing your thing, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I brought you an apricot loaf.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, I could smell it. Oh, this smells wonderful. And as he takes the apricot loaf from you, he drops what he was holding. And it's a small box. Not that small. And then he will casually kneel down and scoop it up while putting the apricot loaf on the nearby table. Looks like my element of surprise is lost. Sorry.
Okay.
And he will, and it's looking like a really like, interesting tableau, because like Pearl's just standing there, he's kneeling, and he's kind of like handing this thing to her, but not in that way, but it looks like that way. So this is for you.
Oh.
And it's a wrapped box.
I will open it up right away. I'm not being precious about keeping the wrapping intact or anything. Nope. I'm going for it.
Right. It is a preview copy of Robin Masterson's newest book. Shh. You can't say that I have this. That I got this for you. But I thought you would want this.
Thank you. Wow.
The title on the cover. Okay, so basically like it's it's more of a very small paperback. It's like a weird size, and it's like a zine because it's not as thick as a usual mass market paperback. And on the cover it has like a picture of this darkened forest with lots of bare branches on it, and it says in the usual like Masterson mystery font, it says "Murders in the Trophy Room." It's purported to be a departure from her usual stuff, but it's going to be coming out soon, and I thought you'd want to get the preview copy.
No. I'm not going to press you to tell me how you did it. But, Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I was hoping you'd like it. And then he gets up from kneeling.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Oh, that's not the end of my surprise, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, I'm not going to tell you how I got the book, but what it came with may be even more interesting. So, Robin Masterson is purported to be coming into town tomorrow night.
Okay.
And she wants to hold like what does she call it? A reading on the beach. So she's going to read passages from this book, but it's only for a select few people. And I was able to get tickets. Is that Is that okay?
This is more than okay. Thank you.
And like he's kind of like, looking like he wants a hug, but he was not sure like
Oh,
how
no,
to.
no, he's getting a hug. He's getting a hug and a smooch, in fact.
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
And there's room for uh, Cynthia and Mazi as well. So
wonderful. That will save them from lurking somewhere with binoculars.
really? And then they'll look at both of you and like, really? That close? You're invited too. And he's just like laughing. I'm so glad you're gonna.
I mean, JoJo can fit all of us.
Okay.
My
Thanks.
car.
No. Well, I'm happy for you. I, saw it pull in.
Yeah.
Heard it.
Heard it pull in. Yep. But yes.
Sideways.
So, yeah, he gives you a final hug and he kind of looks at you and says, "Lunch, dinner, what do you think?"
Yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely. Actually, I would love to go to lunch, and I was hoping that maybe I could do so without chaperones.
Not a problem. I've got reservations somewhere for the
Oh.
two of us. And he just looks pointedly at Cy and Mazi. The two of us.
Look, this
Pulling Pearl close.
this fantastic book, which is called, I don't even know, but we'll say it's something really cheesy, like The Red Gun Strikes at Dawn.
Mhm.
Like this one. Yeah. This is the book I was looking for. And I'm gonna just pointedly like walk away and go downstairs to to the checkout. Like, yeah. Found the book
I didn't
was
know
looking for.
Westerns were part of your book club now.
I can read outside of book club.
Okay.
Jeez.
And now that Mazi has her book, I also will excuse myself goodbye.
And it's on Adamus, like, just keeping embracing you and then just laughing. And
Have
we will
fun.
we will take our first break, and then when we come back the mystery will be introduced in earnest, okay? So let's
Okay.
take 10 minutes to the 26 mark and I'll see you then.
Okay.
So Adamus takes you to lunch, and this is probably some place that you've not necessarily been before. It's rather private and kind of intimate in a like one of those like old-timey like velvet curtain kind of ways, right? So it's like probably in a more historic part of Brindlewood Bay. And let's just call it the Turret. Okay, so the restaurant is called the Turret, and it's basically set in what looks like a Victorian type of home, like kind of like close and tall and like darkish inside, with paneling and velvet and like even some of that wallpaper that looks like it's partially like fabric and velveteen and all this kind of stuff too as well. Paint the scene for the Turret. What on the outside, what on the inside gives you the impression that while it is very old in comparison, but it also has like modern touches that let it keep up with the times.
Let's see.
For reference,
Mhm.
you said it's kind of a fancy place. Are we
Yeah.
thinking like what tier of fancy? Like Red Lobster, more fancy than that,
Oh
more like
God,
a
yes. It's like
Is there anything fancier than Red Lobster?
Oh, you guys got to stop. I had Red Lobster this weekend. No, I mean like I'm talking like, one of those
like a Roost Chris,
I'm sorry?
Roost Chris Steakhouse.
Just like a lot more kind of country club kind of way, but not a country club,
Ooh.
right? So,
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Private dining rooms, maybe a ballroom upstairs. Um, yeah,
Nice, very nice.
yeah.
Let's see. I think one thing that is up to date about it
Mhm.
is the bathrooms. The lighting is very nice. It's subtle LED lighting, not glaring bright, but the kind of lighting you can achieve with smaller fixtures distributed to get the diffuse effect rather than a couple of big fixtures and things like that. Um, and nice, elegant sinks and like the fancy sinks that are not so much a porcelain pedestal as a porcelain bowl.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna say that the all the wait staff and everybody, they're all like impeccably dressed, and they're
Hmm.
like the white tops with the black slacks, bow ties or regular ties, whatever.
Yes.
But instead of when they walk over to sort of take your order, instead of like whipping out the little scribbly pad or whatever, they actually pull out like a little handheld smartphone slash tablet type
Nice. Yes.
thing. So it's very quick and right there they can, basically bring it through on the fly.
Yes. Cool.
I just had a better idea.
Well, you stole my idea, so go ahead and say your second one.
Oh, okay.
Thief!
Sorry. And then
That
of
was
course
you.
I
She's
got
the
Rachel's like,
driver.
I got like 5 ideas right now.
Terry. I mean, if you have a different idea, that's fine.
I don't.
I literally thought of it like as I finished. They actually have at the bar. So they've got 2 bars. They've got one that's your standard typical bar. You've got your bar stools. It's kind of like, that like classy dining, wooden,
Yes.
maybe with like a marble top and stuff.
Mhm.
And then sort of on this other side, kind of tucked away a little bit, they actually have a robot bar where it's like one of the arms that come like you put in your order and it actually like has this arm that comes down, like pulls down like the little shot glass and then it
Yes.
does the little shakers.
Even it's under spotlight because it's like it's just so innovative.
But it is also tucked off so that if you want to do it, it's like an experience, not
Right. Exactly.
not
Yeah,
the
yeah,
draw.
yeah. No. Mm-mm. Okay. Cool.
Sorry for stealing your tablet idea.
Thief!
I'm sorry. And then I was like, oh, robot bartender. Those are fun.
Okay. So. Yeah, you're here, and like this particular dining room is very, again, intimate because of the close nature of it. It is literally a place that is made up of turrets, right? Like, so like, different cylindrical uh, uh, areas that like this probably would only seat about 12 total in this particular room. That's how intimate it is. So, yeah, I mean, you two are at your own table, still big enough to be able to hold different courses and such, but I mean, like, close enough that you guys can, still be, you know, looking at
Play
each
footsie.
other. And if you want, sure, absolutely. He actually smiles at that if you do. And yeah, I mean, like, you guys make your orders and, like, you get some drinks or whatever. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a really fun time. I
It is. It is. And I'm really touched that you went to this effort, however much effort it was, which I'm guessing was significant, for and paying attention to my interests and, you know, yeah.
I I just wanted to let you know how serious I was, Pearl. And he'll
Yeah.
like kind of reach over and like, put his hand on top of yours if you let him.
Yeah. I'm curling my fingers around his fingers. Um, yeah. And I feel that way too. That's why I feel like I ought to tell you some things about myself, but I haven't. Um,
Okay. I mean, you don't have to tell me about your cases and stuff. I mean, like you were saying how
no.
you were undercover and stuff. I mean, I don't want you to, give yourself away, I
No,
guess.
no, it's not like that. It's um less noble.
Okay. And as he
Um,
leans in to listen and then like, he readies himself for whatever it is, I I'm sure it's fine. I mean, you, you didn't kill anybody, right? I mean,
no, no, no. Um,
and as
but
you're getting ready to say this, it's like one of the impeccably dressed waiters will come over. In his white gloved hands, you'll see like there's a manila envelope, and he kind of steps over and says, "This is for you, sir." Psh, oh, okay. And then he takes it with his one hand, and he doesn't move. The waiter doesn't move. It's like, I was told I need to wait until you actually open the envelope, sir, and review the contents. We're kind of having a moment here. Is that okay? I know, sir, but the person that gave it to me said that you need to read it, and I'm not to leave until you do. Oh, and he says, like, swears. I don't think you've heard Adamus swear a lot, but he swore. And it's like, oh, he lets go of your hand, and then he'll
yeah,
just, I'm sorry.
no, it's not your idea.
Right, right. And they're like, you see on the front of it, it's like his name clearly written on it. And like he opens it up, and he pulls out what looks like, several pieces of paper, but like you realize that they're photographs.
Hmm.
And he just looks at them, looks at you, looks at them, looks at you. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? And he looks at the waiter, but the waiter has already turned to leave. And he places them on the table, and he gently fans them out. Pearl, they're photographs of you with all your different marks in your younger years. Taken like long range photo. What the hell is this? It
I
is this
don't know who took the pictures, or I mean, the existence of the pictures is new and disturbing. Um,
Are you a homewrecker? What the hell does this mean? Pearl?
I'm a crook, or I was. Con artist. That's what I was trying to figure out how to tell you.
Well, you you swindled all of these guys?
Yeah.
Were, were, were we? Were we
No,
alive? I mean,
no,
what
no.
the,
I left that. behind, and I wasn't, not only was I not looking to scam you, I wasn't even expecting to find somebody I could connect with, find love. I was not
Is it?
expecting
I do I know you?
everything between us is true and hasn't changed. I mean, my feelings for you, that is. I don't know what you're um but uh but yeah. Um yeah. I retired. I left that life. I told you that I was a widow. I told you about my husband Bob, but Bob and I were partners in crime, literally. Um but I don't do that anymore. Um and it is true that I've been helping investigate murders. Not exactly with the official blessing of the police, but we've solved cases. Dalrymple knows we're doing it. He hasn't thrown us in jail. Um,
You you were you doing this here in Brindlewood
not
Bay?
here. No, no. I didn't move here until after I'd stopped.
Thank goodness for small blessings, I guess. I mean, you would have had
But
great
putting one finger
pickings.
on a photograph, I guess it's followed me in some respect. And frankly, this scares the hell out of me because it means that somebody knows way too much about me and has been watching me for a long time, and I don't know who that could be or why.
I'm sorry. This is a lot to
No,
take in.
it is. It is. I understand.
I want to believe you, Pearl. I want to believe in us. But right now, I feel like part of me is thinking that maybe I was a casual mark to you this whole time. And
You
it's.
have no reason to believe me when I tell you, but you are never a mark to me and never casual.
And he kind of says with a little bit of fierceness in his voice, it's like, I don't do casual. Where do we go from here?
Well, I think that depends on what you want because I still care very much about you. I still, but I respect that this is not news you anticipated or would ever want to hear or um so if you want to walk away, I understand. If you want to take some time to think and figure out how you feel, I understand.
And he just scratches his head and just looks very stricken. And we cut over to Cy and Mazi. Where are you two?
Having a better time.
So I propose that we go to what I've dubbed the Last Call Junction,
Okay.
which is a sort of a dive restaurant by the pier. You know,
Okay.
one of those grimy ones that have the really good sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
They make a mean lobster bisque, and some good po' boys.
Nice. Yeah, for sure. I mean, does it have like a one of those, does it have like outdoor tables? Is it like a
Yeah.
stretch bar? What is it?
It's got like an indoor area that they kind of push all the tables to the side on the weekends and do like the live music where you got the local band. And it's got maybe like the inside outside bar
Mm-hmm.
that that's they kind of open up everything, and it's, for lack of a better term, everything's outside at that point. And then there's like a ton of outdoor seating, kind of what would be like a dock area. So
I think as you are settling down and then ordering your po' boys or whatever you want to eat and drink, I think, Erica Valentine will rock up, and she's
Who
like
will?
kind of the
The police officer.
Oh, the police
Police
lady.
yeah,
Officer Valentine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but she's not on duty right now. She's kind of dressed very casually. She's got cargo shorts on and like a very loose top. And then she doesn't seem to be affected by the cold very much, but she does have like one of those like twill moto jackets to just kind of like give her some kind of warmth in this breezy weather. And oh, hello, how are you doing, Mrs. Lombardo? Miss Swift?
Hello.
Strange to hear you address us so formally. Should we address you as Officer Valentine right now? I kind of motion to her alphabet, like, you appear to be off duty.
I am. But I've come into some information that has gotten me a little disturbed and making me want to get back into uniform for just this occasion. But since you all done me a solid, I figured I'd give you a bit of a heads up if I need to worry about something. And she pulls out from her motor jacket. She kind of like slaps an envelope on the table. Care to explain those?
Pull it over. While I'm kind of, I guess, like pawing at the whatever's been slapped on her, I will kind of with my foot kind of nudge the chair towards her and be like, "Oh, you can have a seat if you like. I mean, you don't have to loom."
Stand on business.
She pulls it just as casually over and then like will sit, like she'll turn it so this way it's kind of like the back of it is like the barricade and she kind of like just settles in like that.
She's gonna rap with us.
Yeah. And when you open the envelope and you pull out what's inside, there are several photographs and articles. Certain European articles that have been translated. Mysterious burglaries around certain arrondissements in Paris or in certain neighborhoods of Italy. And pictures of jewelry that were missing. And reports of a particular type of car that were used in other places in the U.S. and like loose descriptions of the people involved, including of a getaway driver and a very, very blurry shot of Mazi behind the wheel, a younger Mazi behind the wheel of one of the vehicles, and a fake license plate, of course, like, you know, slapped onto Jojo.
Yeah.
And like maybe there is like some society pictures of you, Cy. And but has scrawled on the bottom of it, on several of the pictures, some of the photos that look like they were taken by a telephoto lens. some of the pictures have scrawled on the bottom, Hyacinth in action.
What is the meaning of this?
You tell me, ladies. This was put upon my desk sometime this morning. None of the guys could tell me where it's from. And, yeah, I figured I'd kind of come on over and just see how some people seem to have some history.
My history is well documented and none of your business.
Well, I mean, you're lucky your, you know, statute of limitations and shit is kind of over with, looking you up and down.
If your attempt is to intimidate me, I'll have you know that both the FBI and the CIA are well aware of my locations and my activities. I am not worried about you, child. How
Okay.
dare you? How dare you come here?
I dare, ma'am, because, frankly, I don't like to be deceived.
There's a
We ever
difference between
deceived you?
deception and none of your business.
Yeah, I don't recall you ever asking us outright if we had some sort of checkered history you should know about. So it's not like we lied to you.
Now we have done our best to be open and on your side. And I don't
Fair.
appreciate the attitude with which you have come to see us today.
And you totally take a drink as you're saying that too, right?
Oh, fully. Cy's got the world's puffiest sweater on that she has knitted herself. And she is sitting on a full-size, like, napkin, like cloth napkin, that she delicately set down prior to sitting down in the dive bar chair.
Love her so much. Oh, damn. So, I mean, you know, like, Erica's not cowed, but she is kind of like looking more respectful, like as you say these things and admonish her. And just be like, well, I mean, like I said, I'm here, I'm off duty, I'm just giving you a heads up. Because if I got this, gods know if Dalrymple did, and he definitely has a lower opinion of you all than I do.
Feelings mutual, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. We're aware of his opinions.
Okay, fair. But I mean, you know, he's kind of complains a lot about you all. Saying, you know, getting one over on him, you know, finding out who the criminals are, who's
Helping him with his job, making him look bad.
He doesn't think of it that way, Miss Lombardo.
I understand that, but it's opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them and they stink. Just say it like
good.
matter of fact too.
Yeah. No. Man, it's like sitting with my great aunt and my grandma.
I guess I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, they're awesome. I'm just saying, if Dalrymple gets wind of the fact that you have a criminal history, and given this, it wouldn't be surprising if Ms. Olsen has a bit of one too. He's can't arrest you, obviously, because, like, you know, what proof is this, right? But he could make it harder for you all to enjoy your retirement here at Brindlewood Bay. I'm just saying.
Understood. I think though, and I'll be kind of scooping these photos back into their envelope and slide it back over to her. If she wants them back, or at least the ones of me, so I can do with hers what she wishes. Just say
Scrapbooking time.
yeah, I don't need them. I mean, you have them. You're welcome to do with them what you feel you need to or want to. But if he doesn't get his own copies, I don't know that these should find their way to his.
Is there any way to track where they came from? Fingerprints? Security cameras?
Spit test?
Is that where you spit on it?
No, where they lick. It's an envelope.
We're not that sophisticated here.
I didn't think so. And I'm gonna point to just maybe one of the pictures that's maybe still showing me and be like, "You didn't know I drove. I didn't do most of the crimes. I wasn't the mastermind."
You Yeah, you look like an engine head. I'm not surprised. But you might have known some stuff, you might have known some folks. I'm not here to say, obviously, because this is just in your past.
We're not here to tell either.
Right. Yeah, honestly, it's just a bunch of interesting stories, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't know anything about these jewels that they're talking about, right, Ms. Swift?
Everything that I knew the location of was reported over several decades ago.
So I thought, okay, fair. But, yeah, obviously somebody's got it in for you gals, so, I mean, I'll do my best. If you tell me if there's any weird shit going on, I mean, I can try, but you have to report it in, I have to make incident reports, what have you, but why now? Why this? Why now?
That is an interesting question.
Could it be linked to my car? Have you made any headway on that?
No. Who vandalized your car is, there was no cameras, no evidence of anyone getting near it in the interim hours, and, Eddie over at the shop told me it's like, of the work that he had to do. I'm just glad it wasn't worse.
Me too, but
Well, what did you do with the blood samples
yeah,
that Mazi provided? Where are those now?
with a piece of glass that had the partial fingerprint, it looked like.
I ran them. Nothing's coming up. So, I mean, if we have a sample, if we have the fingerprints to match it up with, then it's easy, of course. But if we don't, then it's just as easily being, like, out of anybody that's alive in the world today. So, yeah.
Well, I do appreciate you bringing it to us.
Yeah. I figured I owe you gals a solid, and I do appreciate it. I just know that my boss won't be the kindest if he found out. But I don't intend on being the one to tell him.
And
So.
that's appreciated as well.
Do you want these? These are just part of history, I guess.
If she pushes them back across the table, I'll go and take them and just drop them into my purse.
Okay. Yeah. She's just like,
Well, We'll keep you in the loop if we hear or see or suspect anything, and otherwise, we're retired, trying to enjoy our retirement.
Well, keep your noses clean, ladies, and I'll try to keep an eye out for you. And she'll get up and stick her hands in her pockets and then take her leave.
As soon as she's like through the doors or something, I'm gonna pull out a couple of the photos and just like double check them, and I'm like trying to gauge like what they're from, like if they're from a camera like the person was wielding, or from like like a toll booth camera, or like that kind of like an automated.
You can't quite tell because they're blown up so much to show off your face. I mean, maybe in some instances, maybe it was somebody with a telephoto lens, but in another, like it's kind of blurry, but we can tell it's you, and it could be from anything, really. Same for size pictures. Although there are some where you are dressed to the nines, and you are, again, it's like strange angles, right? It's either come from high above and then close up, or like from below, as if you're like on a staircase or something that they happen to catch you, and you're not looking at the camera, so obviously you don't know it's there, but some people have captured you. So fluffy, very fluffy. Yeah. So.
Well, this is certainly a sour development.
Yeah, we didn't run in the same circles. I mean,
certainly not.
I mean, unless it's somebody who pulled resources that handle both sides of our cases or something. I mean,
in order for these pictures to exist, somebody would have to have known when they were taken the importance that they would have. And how is that possible?
Right. Wonder if Walter could, like, because he said he can see things. I wonder if he can see things like in photos. Are there, Mads, are any of the photos time stamped? Date and time?
I mean, like in terms of when they were taken? I mean, not really. I mean, like, if there were any edgings with like some timestamps, they've been cut off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to see if any of ours have the same exact like date and time, because that would tell us if it's the same person. Because obviously they couldn't be in two places at once, so it wouldn't be the same person. It'd be an organization.
Or a time traveling person.
It's a ghost. No.
I mean, that sounds ridiculous, but we have a ghost at home. So, like,
we have a ghost at home.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know.
We've got a pet
Whoa.
roommate ghost.
And as you're making like, some kind of like speculation, the sky outside is darker and the wind picks up. And there's the scent of the storm on the way. Pearl, as you were at the turret, you can see from the windows that the outside is getting darker. And because of the wood paneling and the velvet curtains here, it's like it already looks dark. So, I mean, like, it just looks rather grim, even with the subtle lighting and the ambience in the room. And, Adamus is still across from you looking quite confused.
I would say, real quick, as it is darkening the sky, I will text Pearl and let her know probably that we will be driving home before too much longer to try to avoid the storm. And ask her if she wants to meet at, what do you think, Miner's size place?
Let's do my place since it's the only place we haven't been yet.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
And just say, like, can you have Adonis drop you at Cy's place? We need to chat.
Text just says, "See you there."
Little thumbs up, 3 or 4 other random emojis that I think mean something. No,
I love
emoji on the phone.
Random emoji usage.
They're
Yeah.
random.
Like there's a little like salsa dancer.
Oh my God.
You know?
Why is there a chicken? I don't know what the chicken means.
3 rain clouds. Just
No, that's clear.
That's
I
clear.
think I know what that means. I'm not sure it's what she thinks it means, however.
Oh God. I don't even know what it means. What?
it means boogie home where chickens of the storm. We're afraid of the storm. Like obviously.
Oh my God. It's the lore of Mazi. Oh my God.
She's like, yeah, this is a good one.
Holy shit. Makes perfect sense.
Makes perfect
Absolutely.
sense. You guys are like,
Oh my
Love
God.
it. Love it.
Oh God. Instastar. Oh God. Anyway.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, do you?
So yeah, no. I will tell Adamus, look, I should give you some space one way or another. So if you want to call me, I'll be happy to hear from you. But I understand that may not be happening. So
No, I mean, well, it's a bit to process.
yeah.
But without looking at you, he's going to put his hand back on yours. I do want to think about it, Pearl. I don't want to throw it. I don't want to throw it all away. This is just a lot.
Yeah, it's a hell of a lot.
I will still take you and your friends to see Robin Masterson.
Thank you.
No, I mean, I know how important she is and the books are to you. And I wouldn't want to miss this for the world. So,
Thank you.
and he tightens his hand on yours just for a second and says, I can be your friend, even if I don't understand what the hell is going on. Yeah, let me take you home.
If you could drop me at Cy's house, that would be.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure. Probably need to get inside.
Yeah, before
for the
this.
storm.
Yeah.
And he will escort you. My God, the fluffier it gets. Sorry, chat has like these weird ass pictures. Jesus. Anyway, yeah. So he takes you back over to Cy's, and yeah. And he will yeah. He won't look at you as he drops you off, and he'll just drive away.
I am basically slamming my way through the door saying, okay, somebody's gonna die.
Tell us how you really feel, Pearl.
whoa.
An envelope was delivered to our table at dinner, and the waiter insisted that Adamus look at the contents right away. It was. Did he. I would have tried to take the photos. Did he let me, or did he want to hold on to them? I wouldn't have made a big deal out of it if he seemed to want to hold on to them.
I think you would have said something like they're burned in his brain, so he doesn't need them.
and I just slap them on the table.
I feel like as you're slapping them down, there's already this like R2 sets of photos.
Yeah, yes, I was slapping them down as if this is amazing news. You have to hear this right. Oh.
Yeah, that's not the usual scrapbooking thing that Mazi has.
Yeah.
Did the waiter see who handed him the envelope?
Waiter didn't say, and I was too rattled to ask. I should go back there and find out, but
Not tonight. There's a storm brewing.
Mm-hmm.
We got ours from Officer Valentine.
Mm-hmm.
She said they mysteriously appeared on her desk and nobody could tell her how they appeared there. Even though she's in the precinct.
yeah. That's worrying.
Just a bit. I am going to slide over like the third mug of coffee or tea, whatever Cy has made, and then set a little bottle of, we'll just say some sort of like a rum next to it. Be like,
Baileys.
yeah.
Oh, there we
Baileys.
go.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
I
there's
feel like
a
we're
good sized slug of Bailey's in my coffee now.
Mhm. So, somebody has it out for us, or something to that effect.
I still don't even see how these pictures are even possible. I mean, my history is well documented. The news articles, the fashion shows, my appearances in Europe, that doesn't surprise me. What surprises me is that all three of us have photos.
In these, I mean, probably the marks eventually went to the cops long after I was out of town. But somebody caught me in the act here repeatedly.
And this is the first we're hearing from them.
Yeah. Yeah. If it were just me and not the three of us, this town would be in my rearview mirror. No answers are worth it. But if they're coming after all three of us, we'll do better if we stick together.
Right.
Agreed.
And they know we're here.
They know we're here.
Clearly.
And who and how to get to us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that did not go well.
well, it's your past. Hopefully he'll understand. Accept
Maybe.
it.
I mean, we'll see.
And if he doesn't, he's not worth his weight in gold.
He just had a hell of a shock. I can't blame him if it's too much.
Right. So let him process it. It'll be all right.
I hope.
Hey,
We
he
are
didn't-
still on for the reading tomorrow. For what it's worth.
assuming
Goodness,
no
that
weather
seems like a
holds.
lifetime ago.
I know.
Yeah.
Bzz, 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 bzz.
Whose phone?
Sigh.
I'll say it's not mine. Mine has a happy ringtone because it's a cricket.
Cy's phone's always on silent. Cy's phone's
Yeah.
always on silent.
Mine's max
Yes.
volume.
Well, it's like it's vibrating on the table.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So, you know.
So I'll pick it up and look at it.
First it was a call from Alonso trying to call you, and then like he sends over a text and like it's just like a one word dinner.
No, not tonight. No.
Ask him if he's seen the weather. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
I'm gonna text back and say,
Literal
When?
rain check.
right, literal ring check.
I think that's legit. It doesn't tell him anything is wrong except Guy.
Yeah. Girls' night.
Very, very angry girls' night.
He doesn't have to know.
Right? When were you texting him?
In my experience, most girls' nights are angry girls' nights.
They do get angry. There's at least an angry portion.
There's an angry portion.
Okay.
Usually bookended by fun and or drinking portions, right?
I'll text back, sorry, I have plans. Also, rain check. I can't deal with it at the moment.
No.
Send him these
You
emojis.
guys,
No.
you guys are welcome to stay. I have the guest room, and I'll pull out the futon, and we can have a girls' night here.
Yeah. That sounds good.
He texts back, understood. See you soon.
That's what he thinks.
That's what he thinks.
Under other circumstances, I'd be scolding you, but if you decide to ghost him for his and your protection, I don't blame you.
At this point, we don't know who we can trust.
True.
Well, I still
Besides
trust.
each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we trust each other, and I trust that Adamus's shock was genuine. He did not know what was coming.
And I
So
trust your ability to read people.
That's kind of your thing.
It is kind of your thing.
so I don't know what he's gonna do, but he's not in on whatever this is.
Right. I think for now, Valentine will keep it to herself.
Good.
You know, she's not gonna rat us out to Dalrymple, who she knows dislikes us already. So she's gonna not give him more ammo for that. At least.
I think we're gonna have to work hard to keep her on our side, though.
Yeah. Oh.
She was not thrilled with us.
Yeah.
I'm lucky all my debts are settled.
Mine very much are not. And of all things, I mean, if Alonso finds out, unless he's got jewels that he doesn't want stolen, uh, he has less to worry about. But Adamus is questioning everything, and I
Yeah.
can't say he's wrong to, but
Well, I'm not the one to give relationship advice. That's for certain.
no, we're gonna find who is getting at us, who is doing this,
Yeah.
because they just made it as personal as it could possibly be.
Even more so if they're the ones that touched JoJo.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me because whoever was doing this clearly knows us extremely well
Mm-hmm.
and would know just how. Okay, this is a dumb question. Of course you have been over every inch of JoJo since getting back from the shop, right? I mean,
yeah.
every inch. Like,
End-to-end inspection. Mm-hmm.
nothing could have been installed behind dashboard or anything like that. GPS camera, anything like that.
I mean, I didn't disassemble JoJo,
Yeah.
but you know.
Now, I would be concerned if these photos had been taken recently that somebody was following us. None of the photos that I'm looking at now are recent.
No, that makes it worse, in my opinion.
Agreed.
But the added layer that they have to be following us to know that you would be at your date.
And that it would be a situation that could be
Compromising?
blown up by this revelation.
I think we need to go and talk to that waiter. I think we should talk to Walter too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he can, as he put it, see the objects on the table.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I wouldn't have told you guys that specific like metaphor that he used.
Uh-huh.
So you're probably like, what are you talking about?
Objects on the table?
I think this is
That's how he
another
tried to
emoji
describe
situation.
it. Yeah, he described it very much like emojis.
If you say so.
Table, red string, squirrel.
I think at this point Walter comes through and like kind of just says, I didn't mention a squirrel. And I'm gonna cut there. That's where we're gonna end for tonight.
I didn't mention a squirrel. Nobody knew that'd get you to come in.
And so, all right. So, I know it didn't like really introduce the thing, but like trust me, next time it gets fucking weird. So, it's gonna bounce right into weird, like, you know, once we start for next week. But yeah, this was for me, I don't know what it is, but every single time I do a 2-shot finale, it's like I am so slow burn, it's ridiculous. But I hope you enjoyed it. I mean,
there's a burn. I mean,
yeah.
Sorry.
Way to ruin
Is everybody okay? Let me ask you this: is everybody okay?
If you ever see me cry during a game, that means that I am super in character and having fun. If I am genuinely me upset during a game, I go cold. I don't cry.
Okay.
And I would have said something if it was too intense.
Yeah, please.
Or too much
I mean,
or
like,
something. But yeah, no. If I cry during a game, it means keep it
okay. Like I'm invested.
Yeah. No, I mean, I do the same thing. I'm like, you know, I'm extremely invested. I'm just like, you know, yeah. So, anyway.
Very, very much okay.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure. All right. So, stars and wishes for this session. So, stars are things you liked. You know, wishes are things that you'd like to see for next time. Trust me, it's gonna get weird. So, yeah. Whoever wants to go first.
I have stars for Pearl for nearly making me cry earlier. Mads was like, and we're cutting back to Cy and Mazi, and I was like, wait, what am I doing?
You were invested.
The drama.
Yes,
come on.
You were so invested.
I was.
I had to cut at that point because I knew I was like, gotta get to the next ones. Oh.
No
stars.
I just love the comments that are just like, oh, we're gonna find out. Oh, ain't nobody play a girl like that.
I know the chat was just blowing up. I was like,
find out. We're gonna destroy them.
Right.
Stars to Mazi for the emoji texting.
Oh my god, the lore of the Mazi.
Love it.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Yes.
Wishes. I can't wait for it to get weird. Mads is gonna be so cool. So
definitely, I'm gonna ramp it up. As like, you know,
I can feel it.
I'm not even gonna let you do. You guys won't even get to do any cozy vignettes because it ain't gonna get cozy. It's gonna get weird. Yeah. In fact, I'll probably do the whole intro for the opening credits, and it's just gonna be fucked up. So there we go.
May I just
this is sort of like the pause at the top of the hill of the roller coaster.
That's very much what it feels like right now.
Yes.
Boom.
Exactly.
I'd like to just remind you, Mads, that if you touch JoJo
again,
I'll find you. No.
If you touch Rachel's imaginary car again with your NPCs,
okay. I will
jail.
disclose because it's going to get weird. Things are going to get transformed. I'm just going to say that right now.
Do I get Bumblebee?
Say what?
Bumblebee? The Transformer.
Transformer.
I don't. Well,
Just like,
no.
I'm thinking more like the Utna movie, and if that doesn't mean anything to people, then never mind. One of the most infamously surreal bits of anime.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Yeah, I don't.
No, I'm curious.
what's it called?
Okay.
It's the movie of Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Oh,
The series is weird. The movie is just bonkers.
Yeah, I think I.
Interesting.
As in, why did my girlfriend
Ooh.
turn into a car?
How do you
Oh.
spell that?
Here, I'll give you the Wikipedia article. Give me a
Because
second.
mine brought up a very different movie.
Here you go.
It looks like a Western.
Here you go.
Utena.
Bingo.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. But yeah, as far as stars for me, the emoji are definitely on that list because that was so very what we have come to expect from
Yes.
Mazi's attempts to use modern communication.
Mazi is the Rose character of your Golden Girls setup because I'm just like, just goes off and really just carries it all the way through and just cannot help but try to keep it together. Otherwise, we're going to die laughing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
love it. Absolutely love it. So,
And Cy, you were especially the whole no, we're just here because Mazi has a book to pick.
so good.
Very
Oh my
important
God.
business. I have
And it is
Mazi's book pickup.
Mazi's book pickup, not your
Yes.
book pickup.
My
Mazi's.
Western.
Yeah. Very important.
And it does make perfect sense that that Cy would be like, "Hey, I don't get to go on dates alone.
Yeah.
Why should you?"
Right.
Hold on a second. That's not right.
I
And
have to.
Mads.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Adamus, and that shocker was just oh, so good, so good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We
I
knew
mean,
our
that's
past
definitely.
would come back.
Huh?
Yep.
We
Yeah.
knew our past would come back.
Right,
Yep.
right. It's gonna I was definitely like, this was the episode that I was gonna have it come back and bite you all in the ass.
More
And
than
I have to
normal.
star Cy's imperiousness and dealing with Officer Valentine as beneath her. I
Mhm.
love that. Like
That was old school Cy coming back.
that was
Oh,
that
yeah.
was
How
just queen.
very dare you?
Queen.
Who do
Queen.
you think you are?
Yes, exactly.
Love
Yukaon. Yes, absolutely. I loved her. Love,
was
love.
Meanwhile, entirely to protect Mazi and draw attention away from the fact that Mazi's past is not well documented.
Yeah,
I
I
was
caught
like,
that. You're just
immediately
like,
I was like,
my
hey,
crimes,
right
my
here.
crimes. Talk
Yeah.
to me about my crimes.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
Yeah, like you were owning it. I mean, I love that. So queen.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
And I feel
Oh.
like Mozzie's just kind of looking at it like, yeah, I drove car. None of them were very like I drove.
All of this is just pictures of Mazi driving a car. Proves nothing.
I
Yeah.
do a lot of driving.
Yes, exactly. Too damn funny.
So
But yeah, oh my gosh, everybody had like some character moments that were just mwah, 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 so
Yep.
brilliant, and I was very impressed. From the cozy moves to the character moments to the oh shit were made, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. I was just like, oh, so good. I mean, you guys stepped up, and then really went above. And now we're just at the hover point.
yes, yes.
Delicious,
I
delicious.
would like
oh my
to
goodness.
also give you stars for playing Walter during my little chat with him
I
because
really liked that scene.
I love Walter
Yeah.
and I want to help Walter. But also, I don't really want to get murdered, so I like that he's trying to help us.
Oh yeah, no, he knows he still has a purpose. Because why? Otherwise, why is he being hooked
Why is
up
he
with
still
like
here
3
in
old
this-
chicks and like, trying to, coming to a different town? Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
We hauled
he's
him
not
like
done.
halfway across the country, didn't we?
Seriously.
Yeah. From
Seriously,
like, was
so-
it like Arizona or something?
Yeah,
Something
New
like
that was
that.
Mexico
between
or-
here
New
and
Mexico,
California.
I think. Yeah.
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 So yeah, he knows he has a purpose. He just has to see it through.
Yeah.
But
I do have one wish that I would like to see. Oh, now my brain just blurbed. I had it in there, and it was like, no, thought gone. Yeah,
about you, Walter.
a great
me,
question.
Pearl, Adamus, Cy,
all of
Rug
Alonso?
emoji, nobody knows.
Buck, even? I don't
Did-
know. I mean,
I feel like it was about Alonso, maybe. And,
Okay,
And
okay,
Cy's, like, finding out if he's somehow more involved, but that's like very
That
low
wasn't
on
quite
the
it.
list.
okay.
Yeah,
okay,
like that's
okay,
on the list, but low.
Okay.
That wasn't
like
what I
maybe
was
like
thinking.
who the perpetrators are. I mean,
Well, yeah, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I,
mm.
I think that's-
Nah.
I want to meet Masterson's
Robin?
Masterson.
you want to
Robin.
mom?
Mm.
Okay. Yeah,
I
yeah,
want
yeah.
to meet Robin.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
I want to see you
Oh,
play
of course.
Robin.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that reading. That's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting, even if the reading even happens, which I hope it does, or I hope it starts at least. Who knows? Things may
Yeah.
go off the rails there, but
Oh, I'm hoping for it. Yeah. So, again,
Otherwise,
weird.
Good
gonna be weird.
session.
And essentially, you three are having a sleepover at Size, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. Girls'
And
night.
seriously, the two of you are the only reason that Pearl is not just like hitting the freeway out of
Booking
town.
it.
Booking it, yeah. Well,
Because that's always
booking it.
she and Bob traveled. They changed it up. They did their scams in different places. And if something got too hot, somebody got too close in one town, it was hit the road and go.
Mm-hmm.
That's her absolute instinct. If things get hot, is leave. And the fact that she's sticking around is a testament to this friendship.
Oh, I added, because of the cozy moves, I added Pearl TBD because it was your
Oh, yes.
your cozy activity, and then it was Mazi. So Mazi, please put in Mazi TBD under the finale, under clues. So this way, like, you can kind of make a remark upon it, like once we get more into what the fridge is going on, and then you can start making the collection, because that will be what ends up happening for next time. We'll be delving into it. You'll need to discover some clues, and then you'll need to theorize, essentially what the fuck is going on, and
Now-
if you can break it. Whereas with Brindlewood Bay, yo, ladies, so I mean, like, one mystery at a time, we're good, just cozy it along, it's like, it's fine. So I mean, I'm imagining we're not going to step up the pace like that, which is like just breakneck as far as I'm concerned. So you guys got the void clues, which are merely the countdown to getting to this finale, right? So
Okay.
you guys have met
Gotcha.
you guys have met the threshold with how many void
18.
clues now? Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was
Many,
supposed to
many
be stopped at
creepy
15.
things.
It was supposed to be stopped at 15, but you guys kept going. So I mean, like, oh god, yeah, as always, you guys kept going. So yeah, at 15, I mean, like, things stop. No more mysteries. It's like you just wrap up what you got to wrap up, and then we go into the finale. But yeah, you guys went over as usual. So I'm cool with it. It's fine. It worked. It actually worked out. Well, seriously. I mean, like, and this whole, I will say, like, throughout this whole season, like, the whole, I'm really pleased with what you guys have done with the grifter concept. I mean, this is like completely out there from a usual Brindlewood Bay campaign. They're just like little old ladies, like, reading books. No, you guys are little old ladies reading books, but have also done crimes. So,
I mean, why not?
thank you
been a lot of fun.
for doing this. And again,
thank you.
this is not in the book, like, the way that I'm running the finale. So
We're going
just,
rogue.
Woo!
yeah, let's all go rogue. Let's all go
Wouldn't be
rogue
the
together.
first time.
Yeah,
go
exactly.
rogue
Not the first
together.
time at all. I'm having so much fun, and I hope that, again, if you have more wishes, to put them in the Discord. But I mean, like, I hope you will be feeling like at the end, like you will be getting the arcs that you all want. And worst comes to worst, it's like if it feels like I have to like ramp it up even more and push whatever, and we run out of time, we'll just epilogue it. It's fine, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like, I
How
was
are
like
you?
this even beforehand, okay? I mean, like, I
Yeah.
wasn't even like this, like, like, at the end. I was like this in the beginning, so I'm glad to have, like,
Burned
okay,
off some of
ramp up
that
again.
energy. Yep.
Oh man, I won't be able to get to sleep. This is the worst part about it. It's like if I have fun, I have a hard time getting to sleep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
running games is brutal.
Yeah,
on
and
my sleep schedule.
I wake up really early on Wednesday morning, so it's
Oh, no.
gonna be crap-a-doodle. But it's
Yeah.
fine. I live for this. This is what keeps me sane, right? Because you guys are just so awesome. All right. So again, if you have any more stars and wishes, please feel free, put them into the Discord chat. We will just start off with the way weird come next time. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I need to just make a mention of. If I come up with it, I'll let you guys know in the chat. But have a wonderful week. Happy gaming for anything else that you're working on during the week. And we will come back to this and
I want
finish.
to point out one little side interesting thing I just thought of. We didn't roll a single dice this time.
We didn't.
No, we didn't.
I noticed that.
No.
I had
Which is
the
good because
die
I
roller
actually
open.
didn't even have any.
Yeah, no,
I had-
because
It wasn't.
Yeah.
There wasn't a place for it this time.
no, there really wasn't a place for it. I mean, like, I wasn't gonna make you roll dice on anything that
on
Yeah,
our own
didn't-
pictures.
I mean, like, you want to meddle all you want. That's perfectly fine for next time. Trust me. I mean, like, you can meddle to your heart's content.
Yeah.
Although it will probably involve a shit ton of night moves as well. So
Yay!
Kitty!
Fuzzy.
Well,
Kitty,
gone, maybe there.
There we go. Oh man, look at yo! Look at yo!
What a sweetie.
Sweetie.
Oreo? Is that what that one?
Yeah, it's my real life caviar.
Aww,
Oh.
sweetie. Requisite cat butt for next time. Yay!
Yep.
Awesome. Alrighty. So again, take care, guys. Happy gaming, and I will see you next week. Woo,
Yeah.
for the finale. Bye.